I love her for 5 years. A toxic friend destroyed everything in 6 months. She cheated. She left. I rebuilt. I loved her since I was 12 years old. She was innocent. She was pure. She was everything. It took me 5 years to convince her to be with me. 5 years of waiting. 5 years of hoping. 5 years of loving her from a distance. We were young. We were in love. We were building a life together. Then a toxic friend entered her life. She changed. She drifted away. She cheated on me with older men. She broke my heart. This is the story of my first love, and how I lost her to someone who didn't deserve her. Let me tell you about the girl I loved. The girl I loved since I was 12 years old. The girl I waited 5 years for. The girl who broke my heart. My name is Alex. I'm 19 years old. I live in a small town in California. It's a town where everyone knows everyone. A town where nothing ever changes. A town where I thought I would spend my whole life. I was born in this town. I grew up in this town. I went to school in this town. I thought I would die in this town. I was wrong. I first saw her when I was 12 years old. It was the first day of 7th grade. I remember it like it was yesterday. I remember the weather. I remember the smell. I remember the feeling. It was a Tuesday. It was September. It was hot. The sun was beating down. The air was thick with humidity. I was nervous. I was scared. I was a kid. I walked into the classroom. I was late. I had been running. I was sweating. I was embarrassed. I looked for an empty seat. There was one in the back. I walked toward it, and then I saw her. She was sitting in the middle of the room. She had long brown hair that fell past her shoulders. She had blue eyes that sparkled like the ocean. She had a smile that made me forget my own name. I stopped walking. I stared at her. I couldn't help it. She looked at me. She smiled. She waved. I waved back. I was awkward. I was shy. I was terrified. I sat down in my seat. I couldn't stop looking at her. I couldn't stop thinking about her. I couldn't stop dreaming about her. I was in love. I was 12 years old. I didn't know what love was, but I knew I felt something. Something powerful. Something overwhelming. Something real. I watched her all day. I watched her laugh with her friends. I watched her smile at the teacher. I watched her walk down the hallway. She was beautiful. She was perfect. She was everything. I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to be her friend. I wanted to be her boyfriend. But I was shy. I was awkward. I was terrified. So I did nothing. I watched her from across the classroom. Every day. For the whole year. I never spoke to her. I was too scared. The second year I tried. I walked up to her after class. I was shaking. I was sweating. I was terrified. Hi, I said. I'm Alex. She looked at me. She smiled. Hi, Alex. I'm Emily. I know. I've seen you around. You have. Yeah. You're hard to miss. She laughed. That's a terrible pickup line. Is it working? Maybe. Sit down. I sat down. We talked. We talked for an hour. We talked about school. We talked about friends. We talked about everything. I was in love. I was 13 years old. I didn't know what love was, but I knew I felt something. Something powerful. Something overwhelming. Something real. I asked her out. I was nervous. I was scared. I was terrified. Emily, I said, will you go out with me? She looked at me. She looked sad. She looked sorry. I'm sorry, Alex. I don't date. Why not? I'm just not ready. I want to focus on school. I want to focus on my future. I don't want to be distracted. I understand. Maybe someday. But not now. I was heartbroken. I was devastated. I was crushed. But I didn't give up. I waited. I hoped. I believed. I waited for 4 more years. 4 years of watching her. 4 years of hoping. 4 years of loving her from a distance. We became friends. We talked every day. We shared our secrets. We shared our dreams. I was her best friend. She was my everything. I watched her date other guys. I watched her fall in love with other people. I watched her get her heart broken. I was always there. I was always supportive. I was always waiting. Why do you put up with me? She asked one day. Because I love you. You're crazy. Maybe. But I love you. I waited. I hoped. I believed. And then, when we were 17 years old, she said yes. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't process it. I couldn't accept it. Yes, she said. I'll go out with you. Really? Really? Why? Why now? Because I've been stupid. Because I've been blind. Because I've been scared. I've always known you were the one. I've just been too scared to admit it. I cried. I couldn't help it. I was so happy. I was so relieved. I was so in love. We started dating. We fell in love. We became inseparable. We were young. We were in love. We were building a life together. We talked about the future. We talked about marriage. We talked about children. We talked about everything. I want to marry you someday, I said. I want to marry you too. When? When we're ready. When we have money. When we have a future. We'll get there. We'll build it together. I know. I believe in us. I believed in us. I believed in her. I believed in our love. I was wrong. The first year was magical. We were happy. We were in love. We were everything. We would spend hours together. We would talk for hours. We would laugh for hours. We would dream for hours. We were young. We were in love. We were invincible. Then she met the girl. The toxic friend. The girl who would change everything. Her name was Chloe. Chloe was new to our town. She had moved from a big city. She was different. She was wild. She was exciting. Emily was drawn to her. She was fascinated by her. She wanted to be her friend. I didn't like Chloe. I didn't trust her. I didn't want her in our lives. But Emily didn't listen. She didn't care. She's my friend, Alex. I can have friends. She's not a good influence, Emily. She's going to get you into trouble. You're just jealous. You're just controlling. You just want me all to yourself. That's not true. I want what's best for you. And she's not it. You don't know her. You don't know anything about her. I know enough. I know she's bad news. I know she's going to hurt you. You're wrong. You're so wrong. She was right. I was wrong. I was wrong about Chloe. She was worse than I thought. Chloe changed everything. She changed Emily. She changed our relationship. She changed our future. She changed our lives. I watched it happen. I saw it happening. I couldn't stop it. Chloe was beautiful. She was confident. She was exciting. She was everything Emily wanted to be. Emily was drawn to her. She was fascinated by her. She wanted to be like her. I didn't like it. I didn't trust it. I didn't want it. But I couldn't stop it. Chloe introduced Emily to parties, clubs, bars. She introduced her to older men. She introduced her to alcohol. She introduced her to a world I didn't belong to. I was a simple guy. I like simple things. I like quiet nights. I like movies at home. I like being with Emily. Emily changed. She started going out more. She started partying more. She started drinking more. She started dressing differently. She started acting differently. She started talking differently. She became someone I didn't recognize. Why are you changing? I asked. I'm not changing. I'm growing. You're becoming someone else. I'm becoming myself. The real me. The person I was always meant to be. Who is that person? Someone who isn't afraid. Someone who isn't controlled. Someone who isn't held back. I'm not holding you back. I'm supporting you. I'm loving you. You're suffocating me. You're smothering me. You're not letting me live. I'm not stopping you from living. I'm trying to protect you. I'm trying to keep you safe. I don't need you to protect me. I don't need you to keep me safe. I can take care of myself. She was wrong. She couldn't take care of herself. She needed me. She just didn't know it yet. I started following her. I started watching her. I started tracking her. I wanted to know what she was doing. I wanted to know who she was with. I wanted to know where she was going. I wanted to protect her. I wanted to save her. I wanted to bring her back. It didn't work. She pushed me away. She told me to leave her alone. She told me to stop spying on her. You're not my boyfriend. You're my stalker. I'm not a stalker. I'm someone who loves you. If you loved me, you would trust me. You would support me. You would let me live my life. I do trust you. I do support you. I do let you live your life. Then stop following me. Stop watching me. Stop controlling me. I stopped. I stopped following her. I stopped watching her. I stopped trying to control her. I let her go. I let her live her life. I let her make her own mistakes. It was the worst decision I ever made. The first time she cheated on me was at a party. A party Chloe had dragged her to. A party I wasn't invited to. She told me she was going to a movie with Chloe. She told me she would be home by 10. She came home at 3 in the morning. Her hair was messy. Her clothes were wrinkled. Her makeup was smeared. She smelled like alcohol. She smelled like perfume. She smelled like someone else. Where were you? I asked. At a party. Chloe's friend was having a party. I thought you were going to a movie. We did. Then we went to the party. Who was there? Just some people. Friends of Chloe's. Who did you talk to? I don't know. Just people. Did you meet anyone? I met some people. I don't know their names. What did you do? I don't know. I was drunk. I don't remember. I didn't believe her. I knew she was lying. I found out the truth from a friend. A friend who was at the party. A friend who saw everything. Alex, he said. I need to tell you something. What? Emily cheated on you. At the party. She was with some older guy. Who? I don't know. Some guy from the city. He was in his late 20s. He bought her drinks. He danced with her. He took her to a room. Did she? Yes. She did. I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I was destroyed. I confronted her. I told her what I knew. She denied it at first. Then she confessed. It was a mistake, she said. A mistake? You cheated on me. You slept with someone else. I was drunk. I didn't know what I was doing. You knew what you were doing. You made a choice. You chose to cheat on me. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry doesn't fix anything. Sorry doesn't undo what you did. Sorry doesn't make it okay. I wanted to leave her. I wanted to break up with her. I want to walk away. But I couldn't. I loved her. I was weak. I was foolish. I gave her another chance. I forgave her. I trusted her. I was a fool. The second time she cheated on me was a month later. Another party. Another older guy. Another betrayal. I found out from Chloe. She told me. She was laughing about it. Emily is so wild, she said. She's sleeping with all these older guys. She's having so much fun. What are you talking about? Didn't you know? She's been seeing some guy from the city. He's like 30. He's rich. He takes her to nice places. That's not true. Emily wouldn't do that. She would. She is. She's been sleeping with him for 2 weeks. I confronted her again. She denied it again. She confessed again. It's not what you think, she said. What is it then? He's just a friend. We're just hanging out. Hanging out? You're sleeping with him. It's not like that. We're just having fun. You're cheating on me. You're lying to me. You're destroying everything we have. If you can't handle it, leave. I love you. Then accept it. Accept who I am. Accept what I'm doing. You're not the same person I fell in love with. People change. I changed. You need to accept that. I couldn't accept it. I couldn't accept who she had become. I couldn't accept what she was doing. But I couldn't leave her either. I loved her. I was weak. I was foolish. I stayed. I stayed and watched her destroy herself. I stayed and watched her destroy us. I stayed and watched her destroy everything. The third time she cheated on me was the worst. It was with a man she met at a club. A man who was twice her age. A man who was married. I found out from his wife. She called me. She was crying. She was angry. She was devastated. Who is this? I asked. I'm the wife of the man your girlfriend is sleeping with. What are you talking about? She's been sleeping with my husband for months. I found out. I have evidence. I have photos. I have everything. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't process it. I couldn't accept it. I confronted her one last time. Emily, I said. Is it true? Is what true? Are you sleeping with a married man? She didn't deny it. She didn't apologize. She just looked at me with cold eyes. Yes, she said. Why? Why would you do this? Because I wanted to. Because he treated me well. Because he didn't try to control me. He's married. He has a wife. He has children. I don't care about his wife. I don't care about his children. I care about myself. What happened to you? What happened to the girl I loved? She's gone. She's gone and she's not coming back. I was broken. I was destroyed. I was nothing. I had given her everything. My time. My money. My heart. My soul. She had taken everything. She had used me. She had betrayed me. She had destroyed me. I was alone. I was lost. I was hopeless. She broke up with me the next day. She didn't cry. She didn't apologize. She just walked away. I'm sorry, she said, but I need to live my life. And you're not part of it. She walked away. She walked out of my life. She walked out like I meant nothing. She had destroyed me. But I would rebuild. I would survive. I would thrive. I would find love again. I would be happy again. I just had to be patient. I just had to be strong. I just had to be brave. And I was. I was all of those things. I was patient. I was strong. I was brave. I was ready to move on. Emily changed. She wasn't the same girl I fell in love with. She wasn't the same girl I waited 5 years for. She wasn't the same girl I loved. She was someone else. She started wearing different clothes. Shorter. Tighter. More revealing. She started wearing more makeup. More jewelry. More accessories. She looked different. She acted different. She talked different. Why are you dressing like that? I asked. Because I want to. Because I like it. Because it makes me feel good. You used to wear different clothes. You used to dress modestly. You used to be comfortable. That wasn't me. That was who you wanted me to be. This is who I really am. This isn't you. This is Chloe. This is what Chloe wants you to be. Chloe didn't make me do anything. I made my own choices. I wanted this. I wanted to change. Why? Why would you want to change? Because I was boring. Because I was predictable. Because I was stuck. Chloe showed me a different life. A better life. A more exciting life. That life isn't better. That life is dangerous. That life is going to destroy you. You're wrong. That life is freeing me. That life is saving me. That life is making me happy. Are you happy? Yes. I'm happy. Happier than I've ever been. I didn't believe her. I couldn't believe her. She wasn't happy. She was lost. She was confused. She was destroying herself. I tried to save her. I tried to bring her back. I tried to show her the truth. It didn't work. She pushed me away. She shut me out. She shut me down. She started spending more time with Chloe. She started spending less time with me. She started dating other people. Older people. People she met at parties. People she met at clubs. People she met at bars. She cheated on me. Multiple times. With multiple people. I found out. I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I was destroyed. How could you do this to me? I asked. Do what? Cheat on me. With other people. While you're still with me. I'm not cheating on you. We're not together. What are you talking about? We're together. We've been together for 2 years. We were together. But I need to explore. I need to experience. I need to live. You need to be faithful. You need to be loyal. You need to be honest. I can't be those things. Not right now. Not with you. So that's it. You're done. You're leaving me. I'm not leaving you. I'm freeing you. I'm freeing myself. You're destroying everything we had. Everything we built. Everything we dreamed. We were young. We were stupid. We were dreaming. We were unrealistic. We were in love. Were we? Or were we just comfortable? Or were we just scared? Or were we just settling? I didn't have an answer. I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. I was lost. I was alone. I was broken. She broke up with me. She ended our relationship. She ended our future. She walked away. She walked away like I meant nothing. She walked away like we had nothing. She walked away like I was nothing. I was nothing. I sat on my bed for 3 days. I didn't eat. I didn't sleep. I didn't move. I just sat there, staring at the wall, thinking about everything. I thought about the first time I saw her, the first time I talked to her, the first time she smiled at me. I thought about the 5 years I waited for her, the 5 years I hoped for her, the 5 years I loved her. I thought about the 2 years we were together, the 2 years we were happy, the 2 years we were in love. I thought about the moment she changed, the moment she drifted away, the moment she broke my heart. I thought about everything. I couldn't stop thinking about everything. My mother came to check on me. She was worried. She was scared. She was heartbroken for me. Alex, she said, you need to eat. You need to sleep. You need to live. I can't, Mom. I can't do anything. Yes, you can. You're strong. You're brave. You're my son. I'm not strong. I'm not brave. I'm nothing. You're not nothing. You're everything. You're everything to me. You're everything to your father. You're everything to your friends. Emily was everything to me. And she left me. She wasn't everything to you. She was a part of you. But she wasn't everything. You have so much more. You have so much to live for. I don't feel like I have anything to live for. You do. You just can't see it right now. But you will. I promise you will. I didn't believe her. I couldn't believe her. I was broken. I was destroyed. I was nothing. My father came to check on me. He sat on the edge of my bed. He didn't say anything. He just sat there. Dad, I said, what do I do? You survive, he said. You survive and you keep going. How? How do I keep going when everything I loved is gone? You find something else to love. You find something else to live for. You find something else to fight for. I don't have anything else. Yes, you do. You have yourself. You have your family. You have your friends. You have your future. I don't want a future. I want her. I know. But she's not coming back. You have to accept that. You have to move on. I can't. You can. You will. It will take time. It will take work. It will take pain. But you will survive. I didn't believe him. I couldn't believe him. I was broken. I was destroyed. I was nothing. I started drinking. I started isolating myself. I started pushing everyone away. I became a shell of myself. I became a ghost. I became nothing. I stopped going to class. I stopped going to work. I stopped going anywhere. I just stayed in my room, drinking, thinking, suffering. My friends tried to reach out. They called me. They texted me. They came to my door. I ignored them. I pushed them away. I shut them out. Leave me alone, I said. I don't want to see anyone. Alex, you need help, they said. I don't need help. I need to be left alone. You're destroying yourself. You're going to end up dead. I don't care. We care. We love you. We wanted to get better. I can't get better. I don't want to get better. I meant it. I didn't want to get better. I didn't want to heal. I didn't want to move on. I wanted to wallow in my pain. I want to drown in my sorrow. I want to disappear. I didn't want to be strong. I didn't want to be brave. I didn't want to survive. I wanted to give up. I almost did. One night, I was sitting in my room. I had a bottle of pills in my hand. I was trying to decide if I should take them. I was tired. I was tired of hurting. I was tired of thinking. I was tired of living. I wanted to end it. I wanted to end the pain. I wanted to end everything. I opened the bottle. I poured the pills into my hand. I looked at them. I thought about everything. I thought about Emily. I thought about my parents. I thought about my friends. I thought about what it would do to them. I thought about how they would feel. I thought about how they would react. I couldn't do it. I couldn't hurt them like that. I put the pills back in the bottle. I put the bottle in the drawer. I cried. I cried for hours. I cried for everything. I cried for Emily. I cried for myself. I cried for everyone I had hurt. I cried until I had nothing left. The next morning, I called my therapist. I made an appointment. I want to see her. I need help, I said. I need to get better. You're making the right decision, she said. I don't feel like it. It's not going to feel good. It's going to be hard. It's going to be painful, but it's going to be worth it. I don't know if I can do it. You can. You will. I'll help you. I started going to therapy. I started working on myself. I started trying to heal. It was hard. It was painful. It was lonely. But I kept going. I kept fighting. I kept pushing. I started eating again. I started sleeping again. I started caring again. I started rebuilding myself. I started growing again. I started living again. I started talking to my friends again. I started going out again. I started having fun again. It was slow. It was painful. But it was progress. I was still broken. I was still hurting. I was still struggling. But I was surviving. I was healing. I was becoming myself again. I was 19 years old. I was alone. I was broken. I was destroyed. The girl I loved since I was 12 had left me. The girl I waited 5 years for had abandoned me. The girl I gave everything to had thrown me away. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know who to be. I was lost. I stopped eating. I stopped sleeping. I stopped caring. I stopped living. I went to work. I went to school. I went through the motions. I existed, but I wasn't alive. I was a ghost. I was a shell. I was nothing. My friends tried to help. They tried to support me. They tried to get me to move on. Alex, you need to let her go, they said. I can't. I love her. She doesn't love you. She chose someone else. She chose a different life. I know, but I can't stop loving her. You need to. You need to move on. You need to find someone else. I can't. I don't want anyone else. I want her. She's not coming back, Alex. She's gone. She's with someone else. She's happy. She's moved on. You need to do the same. I can't. I'm not strong enough. You are strong enough. You just don't know it yet. I didn't feel strong. I felt weak. I felt broken. I felt worthless. I started drinking. I started isolating myself. I started pushing everyone away. I became a shell of myself. I became a ghost. I became nothing. I thought about her constantly. I thought about our memories. I thought about our dreams. I thought about our future. I wondered what she was doing. I wondered who she was with. I wondered if she ever thought about me. I wondered if she missed me. I wondered if she regretted leaving me. I wondered if she ever loved me at all. I didn't know. I couldn't know. I would never know. She was gone. She was gone forever. I tried to move on. I tried to date other people. I tried to find someone else. It didn't work. I couldn't stop thinking about her. I couldn't stop loving her. I couldn't stop hoping. I was trapped. I was stuck. I was lost. I started going to therapy. I talked about my pain. I talked about my loss. I talked about my anger. It helped. Slowly. Painfully. It helped. I started eating again. I started sleeping again. I started caring again. I started rebuilding myself. I started growing again. I started living again. I started dating again. It was hard. It was awkward. It was painful. But I kept trying. I kept hoping. I kept believing. I knew that someday I would find someone. I knew that someday I would love again. I knew that someday I would be whole. I just had to be patient. I just had to be strong. I just had to be brave. And I was. I was all of those things. I was patient. I was strong. I was brave. I was ready to move on. I met a girl named Sarah. She was kind. She was caring. She was everything I needed. We started dating. We started falling in love. It was different this time. It was better this time. It was real this time. She loved me for who I was. She didn't try to change me. She didn't try to control me. She didn't try to mold me. She accepted me. She supported me. She loved me. I was happy. I was fulfilled. I was free. I thought about Emily sometimes. I wondered what she was doing. I wondered who she was with. I wondered if she was happy. I didn't feel anger. I didn't feel sadness. I didn't feel anything. She was in the past. She was dead to me. I had moved on. I had healed. I had found happiness. I had won. She had lost. I was happy. I was fulfilled. I was free. I started working on myself. I started rebuilding my life. One piece at a time. I went to therapy. I talked about my pain. I talked about my loss. I talked about my anger. My therapist was a woman named Dr. Martinez. She was in her 50s. She was kind. She was patient. She was wise. Tell me about her, she said. Her name was Emily. She was my first love. I loved her since I was 12. I waited 5 years for her. She broke my heart. What happened? She met a toxic friend. She changed. She drifted away. She cheated on me. She broke up with me. How do you feel about that? Angry, sad, betrayed, broken. Those are all valid feelings. You have every right to feel them. I know, but I don't want to feel them anymore. I want to move on. I want to be happy. That takes time. It takes work. It takes healing. How do I heal? You start by accepting what happened. You accept that she made a choice. You accept that she chose someone else. You accept that she is not coming back. I can't accept that. I still love her. You love the idea of her. You love the person you thought she was. But she wasn't that person. She was someone else. Someone who could betray you. Someone who could hurt you. I know, but it still hurts. Of course it does. That's because you loved her. You loved her with your whole heart. That love doesn't just disappear, but it will fade. It will transform. It will become something else. What will it become? It will become wisdom. It will become strength. It will become the foundation for a better life. I wanted to believe her. I wanted to believe that I would be okay. I wanted to believe that I would find happiness again. But I didn't. Not yet. I kept going to therapy. I kept working on myself. I kept trying to heal. I started exercising. I started running. I started lifting weights. I started getting stronger. I started studying. I started learning. I started growing. I started becoming better. I started volunteering. I started helping others. I started giving back. I started making a difference. I started talking to people again. I started making friends again. I started connecting again. I started living again. It was hard. It was painful. It was lonely. But I kept going. I kept fighting. I kept pushing. I was determined to prove everyone wrong. I was determined to prove that I wasn't a loser. I was determined to prove that I was still a man. I started dating again. It was hard. It was awkward. It was painful. I went on dates. I met women. I talked to them. I laughed with them. I enjoyed their company. But I never fell in love. I never let myself get close. I never let myself be vulnerable. I was scared. I was terrified. I was broken. But I kept trying. I kept hoping. I kept believing. I knew that someday I would find someone. I knew that someday I would love again. I knew that someday I would be whole. I just had to be patient. I just had to be strong. I just had to be brave. And I was all of those things. I was patient. I was strong. I was brave. I was ready. Then I met her. Her name was Sarah. She was kind. She was caring. She was everything I needed. We started talking. We started dating. We started falling in love. It was different this time. It was better this time. It was real this time. She loved me for who I was. Not for what I could give her. Not for what I could do for her. Not for who I could become. She loved me for me. I love her too. I loved her with my whole heart. I loved her with everything I had. We got married. Small ceremony. A few friends. No drama. No pain. We had a child. A daughter. Her name is Emily. I know. The same name. But it's different. It's a new beginning. It's a fresh start. I am happy. I am fulfilled. I am free. I am everything I always wanted to be. I want to tell you where she is now. Emily. The girl I loved. The girl who broke my heart. She's still with Chloe. They're still friends. They still party together. They still live the same life. She's still with older men. She's still drinking. She's still partying. She's still lost. She's still confused. She's still destroying herself. I saw her once. A few years ago. She was at a bar. She was drunk. She was with a man twice her age. She didn't see me. I saw her. I felt nothing. Not anger. Not sadness. Not pity. Just nothing. She was a stranger. A stranger I used to love. A stranger I used to know. I walked away. I didn't look back. She chose her path. She chose her life. She chose her fate. I chose mine. I chose to heal. I chose to grow. I chose to be happy. I chose to be me. And I am happy. I am fulfilled. I am free. I have a wife who loves me. A daughter who adores me. A life that is mine. I have everything I ever wanted. She has nothing. I don't feel sorry for her. I don't feel anger towards her. I don't feel anything. She made her choices. She has to live with them. I made my choices. I am living with them. I am happy. I am fulfilled. I am free. If you're watching this and you've been betrayed, I want you to know something. You are not alone. You are not invisible. You are not worthless. You are enough. You always were. They just couldn't see it. I was young. I was in love. I was blind. I trusted someone I shouldn't have trusted. I loved someone who didn't deserve my love. And I was broken. I was destroyed. I was lost. But I didn't stay lost. I didn't stay broken. I didn't stay destroyed. I rebuilt myself. I found myself. I became myself. I became stronger. I became wiser. I became better. I found love again. Real love. True love. Lasting love. I found Sarah. I found my daughter. I found my family. I found my happiness. And when she came crawling back, I said no, because I knew my worth. I knew my value. I knew my strength. I didn't need her. I didn't need anyone. I just needed to be me. I just needed to be strong. I just needed to be brave. And I was. I am. I always will be. So, if you're hurting right now, if you're broken right now, if you're lost right now, I want you to know that it gets better. Not because they apologize. Not because they change. Not because they come back. Because you rebuild. You rebuild your life. You rebuild your heart. You rebuild your future. You find yourself again. You find your strength again. You find your happiness again. I did. You can too. Thanks for listening. Subscribe to his Reddit Tales for more stories of love, loss, and redemption. And remember, you are not a victim. You are a survivor. And survivors always win in the end.